welcome back. You're watching The Money Show, and let's get your mutual fund portfolio queries answered. Today I have with me Amol Joshi, founder Plan Rupee Investment Services. Amol, good evening and welcome to the show. We are also joined by our first viewer, Rajiv Sone from New Delhi. Rajiv, hi, good evening. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good evening. I'm doing fine.
Right, Rajiv, you have given us your fund details, and Amol has those details with him. So your outlook is 5+ years, and 70,000 is your monthly SIP. You started it from Jan 2024, and 10,000 in all of these funds. I just wanted to understand what's the corpus that you're looking at from this portfolio after 5 years.
I'm looking for not exactly a corpus. I'm trying to look for the so-called return, which could be somewhere around mid-teens.
Mid-teens. Okay. Any specific goal attached to this particular portfolio?
See, I can share this way. Till now, I have got some liabilities which are clear now. I was doing some lump sums and things like PPF and voluntary and all those. Now I am so-called out of the liabilities and all. So that is the way I am looking for the mutual funds. I'm at the age of 50, so I have a window for next 8 to 10 years. Definitely 5 years plus is the window minimum I have.
Okay, so let's connect with Amol. Amol, any return expectation setting that Rajiv needs to do?
Yes, you're right. You touched upon very important point. The last 4 years, especially after the COVID bottom, where we saw market crash of about 35 to 40% across segments and slightly more in mid caps and small caps, we have seen that mutual funds and even index has compounded at a very healthy rate of return of anywhere between 18, 20. Some of the mutual fund categories have definitely done better than that, which has given rise in the minds of investors about the continuity of such returns. But we must understand that as markets have moved up, what has also moved up is markets price to PE ratio or price to book ratio or any of the valuation metric that you follow. So I would say over a long period of time, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, especially via SIPs, your equity expectation should be about 12% or thereabouts. There are various ways of how we get this number. We have discussed this in earlier, but suffice to say that market might end up delivering more than that, better than that, or in a case maybe less than that as well. But expectation should be about 12% or so. To answer Rajiv's questions is first and foremost, as I mentioned, you have started just recently, that is January of this year. You have started already investing in premium valuation zone. The PE ratio of the large cap index Nifty is about 22, 23 or thereabouts. This is not really cheap. Number one. Number two, you have chosen about 20,000 rupees. You have chosen to invest in thematic funds or sector funds. Just 2 or 3 days back, during on the day of the election results, one of the thematic funds saw 10% NAV fall. Now, people are used to seeing 5 or 10% NAV, 5 or 10% fall in stock prices, but not really in the prices or NAV of the mutual fund. Just be mindful. My suggestion would be, since you're investing for a modestly medium to long term of 5 years, my suggestion would be to kind of not really go into thematic or sectoral funds. And your existing 5 funds, I would suggest, after stopping SIP of 10,000 each into thematic funds, would probably invest 6 to 7,000 rupees more in 3 of your remaining 5 funds. And my choice would be ICICI Prudential Value Discovery to top up the SIP, SBI Large and Mid Cap Fund, and Nippon Multi Cap Fund.
All right, all the best, Rajiv. Let's move on to Akshay's question, and Akshay is on the phone line with us. Hi, good evening, Akshay.
Good evening.
Okay, so you're investing 12,000. Hi, good evening. I can hear you. So you are investing 12,000 in 4 funds that you've mentioned: Mira Asset Large and Mid Cap, ICICI Pru India Opportunities, ICICI Pru BSE Sensex, and Parag Parikh Flexi Cap. Is that right? For how long, Akshay, do you want to invest this?
It was along 20 years.
20 years. Any specific goal attached to this portfolio? Are you looking at a specific amount, any corpus that you want to build?
It's on my children, future planning,
Okay,
and
child
so on.
education. Sure. Okay, so any amount, any figure for that goal?
No, this is 12,000 only. we will increase the 5,000
Okay.
monthly.
Okay. Child education is the goal that you're aiming. Okay. Amol, the funds look fine, or you want to change the funds?
Kavita, you're absolutely right. The funds look fine. And even before we go to that, I want to congratulate Akshay. At least in the question that was sent to us, the goal, financial goal that was mentioned was retirement. And current age is, Akshay's current age is 27 years. So this is very, very early to start investing for a retirement corpus. I think as of now, you have also mentioned something about creating corpus for your children as well. Just we ran few numbers for you, Akshay. If you continue this 12,000 rupee SIP for next 20 years without any SIP top up or without increasing SIP amount, you'll be able to accumulate a corpus of about 1.1 crore rupees if the market or this portfolio delivers 12% kind of CAGR for you. I would say you haven't gone overboard in terms of a number of funds. You don't have 6 or 8 or 10 funds. As of now, 4 are okay. But since you have chosen something like a large and mid cap fund, a flexi cap fund, and a Sensex index fund, I would say any future SIP top ups can also go into very same funds. Fund selection is really good. Last but not the least, I would suggest, since your horizon is 20 years, or if your horizon is like retirement, which could be 20, 25, 30 years as well, I would suggest not to forget about annual portfolio review as to how each scheme is doing. This wouldn't be, of course, applicable to index funds, because index funds typically would deliver the returns in line with the index that they track. But for other actively managed funds, annual portfolio review and rebalancing would be very, very important given your extremely long-term investment horizon. But funds are fine. You can continue investing in these funds, and top up can be, or SIP increase can be into a flexi cap fund that you have, Parag Parekh Flexi Cap Fund.
So any other increase in your SIP or a step up, you can do it in Parag Parekh Flexi Cap. And with that, the time is up on the show. Thank you so much, Amol, for being on the show and helping our viewers with their financial portfolio queries today. And I'm going to leave our viewers with our WhatsApp number and email ID where they can continue sending us their mutual fund portfolio queries. Right. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.